Hello, today I will be trying out Mondo Llama paper marbling kit. It comes with this bottle for water, 2 combs, 5 colors, a measuring spoon, a stirring stick, the tray, directions, and a decent amount of paper. Let's get started. The first thing I did was measure the appropriate amount of water. And I did it in a measuring cup just in case, so I got the exact right amount and then just poured it into the bottle. After that, I measured 2.5 of the spoonfuls to mix in of the prepared powder. Now it says to use the stick provided to stir the bottle for 10 minutes. Now the stick did not reach the bottom of the bottle, so I switched to a skewer which was longer, and I stirred for a while, but not the full 10 minutes. It said to leave the water for an hour and a half or longer, and I did. And then I poured it out into the tray. When all the water came out, there was a little bit of jelly still stuck at the bottom. I didn't know if that was the way it was supposed to be or not. The first color did not spread like it was supposed to. This yellow shows better and works the way it's meant to. I used the stick to make some marbling designs. They don't really tell you exactly what to do, so I just did what I wanted. And then you're supposed to leave the paper for 5 seconds in the water before you lift it, so that the color adheres well. So this is what came out. It looks pretty good for a first try. I'm gonna keep going and you can watch or skip ahead. At this point, I noticed that there were a lot of droplets that settled at the bottom, and I used my stick to try and loosen it up, but it just made the water muddy and it didn't come out as a print, really. So don't do that. Okay, so this is my second try with the kit. This time I mixed the solution for the 10 minutes, the full 10 minutes that I was supposed to, and then I left it overnight because on the internet it says the longer you leave it, the better it is. But it still did have the gel left at the bottom. I did try dumping the gel in for the first couple of prints here, and it just got in the way, so I ended up picking it out at some point. I don't think you really need the gel, and I think it's okay that it's at the bottom. I guess if you left the water overnight in the tray itself, then it would like coat the tray evenly at the bottom. Now, I want to see with this second batch if the colors stick any better or any brighter. You'll see at the end that they are a little bit better and brighter. And maybe even the colors work a little bit better, so leave it longer. And you could also add more of that powder for the solution. Now, I'm using these combs, but you don't have to use them so much. I think one pass gives you a different look than if you use several passes. Overall, I think that this kit worked really well. Everything included was very useful and worked the way it was supposed to. The only thing I would say is that the stick was too small to stir the solution in the bottle. But I give it out a 10 out of 10 for a kit. And I still have plenty of paper left, so I can make more prints. And even after I finish with the powder and the paint, I will still use the tray and the combs again. So yeah, I recommend this kit. I'm going to do a couple of more kits, but I decided to put it in a separate video just so that I can get this one out. So there will be a part 2. Thank you for watching. When I'm not doing YouTube videos, I am a puppeteer and an art teacher. If you are in the New York City area and you have an event that you'd like a puppet show at, please contact Fairy Tale Marionettes. Also, I have items for sale on my Redbubble store, Craft Whim Fairy, and you can find all sorts of different items like t-shirts and mugs, etc. I have several designs to choose from based on my puppets and other art. I also teach puppet building and various visual arts for children and adults. So if you're interested in having that at your location in New York City or the surrounding areas, please reach out. There's a Scan Me code on this page. All right, thanks for watching. Take care till next time.